Hey,
Redemption.
this shouldn't be a.
There we go. Welcome everybody to a another episode of For the Love of Writing. Today I am back again with the redemption episode for Neviena Dells, aka Matt. Your first episode that you had was episode number 4, and you did not show up, and
Yes, and we still don't know why.
it was just my stupid frozen mug on the screen.
At least there was some kind of picture.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know if I'd call it a redemption episode, this one, because by my count, I've been mentioned in reference 3 other times in interviews that you've done since then.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
when I say redemption, I mean I feel like I screwed you because I you weren't on
Ah,
it, and I feel bad. So it's like
ah,
my redemption.
yeah, it can be your redemption. I don't need redemption. I'm a lost cause.
Oh, you're good. I love the headset, by the way.
Yeah, I got sick of using the little AirPods.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, so I use
I
them for the tablet and the phone, and I use this for this now.
Nice. Don't mind my gigantic jug of chocolate milk here.
Mm.
It's where I am. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and
It's all good.
I'm in the mood for some chocolate milk.
At the moment, it's 1 p.m. The next day compared to you.
Wow.
So hello from the future.
Absolutely. You're
Yeah,
that's time travel.
which is quite ironic because the last book I just read and reviewed was a time travel book.
So last time you were on,
Yep.
you I feel terrible. I've talked to so many people since. I can't even remember the books, but I know
This
you
one,
got Childhood
I
Shadows.
finally have the physical copy that I'm
Nice.
going through. I'm doing the proof edits for. I got the last 2 chapters to do, and then hopefully that'll be out first week of April as a print copy.
You're in Australia, right?
That's right.
Nice. I love it. Australians. I can't do the accent.
G'day, mate. I can do an American doing a bad Aussie accent because I don't think Australians have accents. But the
Yeah,
only reason
I
I can do the bad,
could do that.
yeah, the only reason I can do an American doing a bad Aussie accent is thanks to Croc Dundee and all those other movies
The
when they
best
over emphasize it.
the best Australian accent I have is good day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, no, it is good. Oh,
So
oh,
how's the writing going?
you should know better than to ask a writer that question. So since we last spoke, I've written 2 absurdist fiction novellas. I've written a piece for an anthology in on one of the Facebook groups is doing an anthology. Um, that I think the
Oh,
plan was
my cat's having a hairball crap. Sorry.
that's okay. And this month I worked on as little writing as possible. Like the last first 2 months of the year, I was writing every single day
Yeah.
because I wanted to get into reading some of these great fellow indie authors and also go through and start the process. I've got book 2 of Walking with Shadows is done. I've just got to put it out for.
So you did a sequel.
It's a 5 book series.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, because it's 48 short stories that follow one man from birth through to death.
You copied me. Or I copied you.
Hey, imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
You know, High
The
School Hell,
sincerest.
right?
Yeah.
Um, I don't want to spoil it, but so far there's 14 books that I have planned. There's gonna be more, but it follows um it starts with a kid in high school,
Yeah. I've
and
read it. Yeah.
then it goes to I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just
But
say this.
don't.
I'll just say this much. It follows Sleepless follows a guy all throughout different lives. I'll say that. That's the most I'll say. It follows him all throughout different lives.
That's borderline giving away the ending.
Eh,
I remember the ending, unless you changed it in the rewrites.
I didn't.
Yeah.
It's
Because
the
the only other place I've ever seen that done is a book called Replay from the
I think
80s, I think.
I think I've heard of that.
A guy at the age of about 50 has a heart attack, dies, wakes up back as a teenager, lives his life through again, same age, same thing, heart attack, dies, but the time periods keep getting shorter and shorter. And then at the end, what happens at the end of Sleepless Volume 1 happens at the end of that.
The now if I can recall correctly from the because the revised version is the same as the original as far as the ending. The kid and his dad are going to a restaurant, and the son,
Yes.
the little kid, and he sees a newspaper from a school that burned
Yes.
down, and
Yes.
he has the memory of it.
Yes. And I was trying not to give away the ending, and you just did.
It's fine. It's fine. Maybe it'll make
No,
people want to read it.
hey, plus another couple of weeks, and we'll all know the ending anyway because you're reading it online.
Oh, I'm not reading the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna read probably about 30, 40 pages,
Oh, okay.
and then I'm
Yeah.
just gonna leave it. Then I'll probably read Christmas Fear, little bit of it. Um, but enough about me. Um, I'm excited to hear what you've got going. So you got book two of the Shadows.
Book two is done. I've got to put it into the final format so I can work out how many pages it is so I can arrange for a cover, send that off to beta readers for one final time, and then it's right to go. I have a, this will shock you, a book of poetry out to beta readers now, which is something I've been doing throughout my entire life. I finally have enough that I had a look
Oh,
at it. Uh, and you know how last time I said that there were a couple of genres that I'd never touch?
yeah.
Yeah, we need to revise that because at the start of March, I decided that I was going to focus more on the edits and rewrites and drafts and whatnot. And I found I still had too much time on my hands. I've started to write a romance novel.
Oh, yes. I love it.
So you know that oh, you might not be old enough, Rob, but the old phrase from May to December or May to December romances.
I'm
It was a
too
term
I'm
used.
too young.
It comes from it comes from the World War II era, I think, predominantly. And there was a British show that based the whole thing around that whole concept of May to December romances. Well,
Okay.
that is the whole basis of that romance, and it's the first time I wrote the first chapter, and I think I actually posted on Facebook or my blog asking for primarily romance writers to give me a critique of the first chapter to see how I was going, and because I'd done a little bit of and showing my age, I had to read a couple of Barbara Cartlands to get into the feel of writing a romance. And from that feedback, I've just done the outline. I've done the first act complete. And yeah, it's just that writing and working, ideas. Like I always get ideas. So I'm always constantly at the laptop putting in little ideas to come back when I get bored later on.
Now you because you're a writer, you would know this probably just as well as me, if not more, because you've had more
Mm.
experience with it. I've got right now, I know every book coming out for me between now and 2030. Do you work that way?
I have at the start of the year I had all the books planned out for the entire year. At the moment, I have all the books planned out for the next 2.5 years because this is a 5-book series. The
Yeah.
plan was to do one every 6 to 8 months, have it out, ready to go. And I'm still on track for that at the moment because I've got book threes partly done. And then the fifth, so one now, one around January, February next year, like that. And then the fifth one, hopefully there's enough momentum from that and the other stuff that I'd kickstart the final one for a hardcover version. So that's the basic framework I'm working on at the moment. 2.5 years for that series, and I'll just work around everything else because I was planning to do. Actually, I put this on my blog. So I wrote, thanks to the thing I did in December, the Writers Cafe thing, a prompt every day.
Yeah.
I did that with the absurdist concept in January and February. And the idea was I'd write an absurdist novella in January, edit it over February, and release it in March. That hasn't happened because I took March off to focus on editing and whatnot. So I've got a couple of novellas I could drop in wherever I want. Plus I've
Yeah.
got the first book. I have a 30-book private investigator series set where I live.
Yeah.
It's been serialized at the moment. It finishes April or May. The first book of a 6-book urban fantasy was supposed to start serialized last month. It's coming out next month, serialized. So each week a chapter drops. People
Oh,
can
okay.
read it that way. The anthology piece, that's once I've written that, and that's out of my hands then, that's good. But that'll get my name out. So yeah. The romance novel like I said, I've done the first act. I'm not going to go anywhere near it at the moment. This is all beta reading feedback.
Oh, wow.
That's just from the 6 of 33 beta readers I have for the poetry book. So I've still got to start going through that soon. And then there's just reading. Like I've enjoyed this month reading other indie authors, so I'm going to continue that. So yeah. But the plan is by the time I'm 60, so the next 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
I want that series done. I want the urban fantasy done and be at least halfway through the private investigator series. That's my definites. Anything else is up for grabs. Because I always get ideas. Like I was watching and this is why I have the tablet and I have the YouTube playing in the background when I'm writing. I was watching a thing about the Roman Empire and Industrial Revolution and the fact that the lack of technology had nothing to do with why the Roman Empire didn't have the Industrial Revolution that we had in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
They had the technology that we had in the 1800s. It was motivation and incentive. No one came to the guy that had the technology and said, I want to do this. Have you got something that can help us with it? Well, what if something did happen? There, I've got another story idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy on Facebook that does flash fictions each week,
Yeah.
does a flash fiction prompt. And the one he done this week was something about, I can't remember the exact wording now. A fine morning and the birds were singing ... in English. And I've just written a short piece that's total absurdist fiction. And this morning, between doing edits, I've started working on the outline for a novella, another absurdist novella. I don't think I'm a speculative fiction writer anymore. I think I'm an absurdist fiction writer.
Absurdist fiction. I'm gonna have to remember
Yeah,
that.
it's a genre that's not really seen these days. Um, Terry Pratchett's probably the closest thing you could come to in the modern era that I would call absurdist fiction, because it also would be classed as fantasy fiction. But absurdist fiction is a genre where think in the most absurd situations or events happen. Uh, the best modern version, without being science fiction or fantasy, would be Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
Especially that first chapter or two when they're still on Earth and all these stupid things happen. The aliens have turned up. They're putting a highway, intergalactic highway through. They're taking Earth out. Yeah, okay, that's an absurd situation. You wake up one morning and birds are singing in English. That's an absurd situation.
huh.
The first one I wrote, which was in December, was basically was you wake up and there's something living in your letterbox, and all the white goods like a toaster and all that are communicating with you.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. So, so did you say letterbox like mailbox?
Yeah, there's something living in the mailbox,
Yeah.
and all the appliances in the house are talking to you.
That is something I want to read.
I'll send you the what do you want, the Kindle or the EPUB or the PDF? It was the first one I ever published at the end of December.
I will. I want to buy it from you. Um,
Hmm.
I still got to send you my books. I keep meaning to. I've just been so damn
You need
busy.
to you need to tell me how much so I can
No,
send
I
you the
know.
money.
I'll I will do my best to let you know this weekend. Like what happens is Thomas Hunt and I we do this thing where we bounce ideas off each other all
Yeah,
day, and then we both take turns sitting down and writing stuff, and then
yeah,
I gotta read his stuff, he's gotta read my stuff, and then we've
yeah,
gotta build off of each other.
yeah.
And it is the hardest thing I have ever done in my life, writing wise, but it is so much fun to do.
Oh yeah. Like um my favorite fantasy series was a series called the Rift War Saga by a guy called Raymond E. Feist. Now he wrote a trilogy set on the world, one of the worlds in that universe he created, with a female author.
Hmm.
So they co-wrote both the trilogy. I could not imagine that would be the pinnacle of my writing career, is to write something with another writer
Yeah.
of that caliber. I'm nowhere near ready for that caliber myself. But to get to that point and write with another author that I just, like you and Thomas do, you just mesh. You can see
Yeah.
it in your videos. Oh, thanks, Thomas. These were his idea. I
Yeah.
watched your video with him. He had these. No,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going them. But yeah, just to do that is it must be the best thing ever. The most tiring and exhausting thing, writing wise, but I imagine it's also the best thing.
The so the best part about it is, well, I'll tell you the worst part first.
Yeah,
The worst part about writing a book with another author is you've got to read what they wrote before you start writing more.
yeah,
So they write a chapter and then you have to read that chapter.
yeah,
Even though you've got other books you're trying to read, you got to put that aside, read what they wrote, and then
yeah,
once you do that, then you have to decide what in their part you think should stay and should go and talk to them about it. And then you got to build off what they put, and then you have to talk to them about what you wrote. And then
yeah,
they've got to change what they think should be changed and talk to you about it. So every little piece needs to be talked about carefully,
yeah.
or it's just all over the place. And where him and I are at right now, um, it's when I keep saying on Facebook how this book is a mind fuck. What I mean
Mm.
by that is it's there's scenes in the book where um I won't spoil anything for
Don't
anybody.
spoil anything.
There's scenes in the book where something's happening and you think, oh, it's, thank God, the good person's gotten away. And then it's like, nope, it's not what happened. And then you're like, wait a minute, what? And it's just there's a lot of twists and turns. And it's because I'll have a really good idea, but he'll have a better idea after I write mine. He'll have something to punch it up. And
He
then,
uses that idea in Surviving Winterland.
yeah, yeah,
You get to a point and yes, a character reappears. You go, oh, thank God they survived. Uh, mm, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, total
I'll say this.
twist.
I hate Joy so much. She's a horrible person. I'm just, oh God. I'm a little over 400 pages into Surviving Winterland right now, and it's such a good book. Um,
Gets better.
but it's I know I'm on the rooftop scene. I'll say that much.
Oh, oh. Put it this way, it's the first horror book I've ever read
Yeah.
where I cried at the end.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But then again, people say throughout my life I'm very empathetic. So
Me too.
yeah, but there is a because I got so invested in the three characters
Yeah.
at the end. I just total heartbreak
Oh, okay. All
to
right.
say something without spoiling it for you or anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one thing I've learned that, and this is the part that I like about writing a book with another person.
Mm.
The part I don't like is having to go through every little piece. It just takes so long. And then they think that the idea could be better, and you're like, I like this idea though. And they're like, yeah, but it could be like this. We should do this. That's like you work with them because it's like, all right,
Yeah.
It's like they
Uh,
they cut their idea and I had a better idea and they worked with me on it. So, I'll do it for them.
Collaboration's like a marriage.
Yeah.
Problem is,
eh,
it's all the bad parts and none of the good.
Yeah. And what I like about collaborating is when I write a book by myself,
Yep.
I try to tell a good story and have fun with it.
Yes.
When I collaborate with somebody, I'm I wouldn't call it trying to one up them, It's more of you find yourself trying to impress and shock them to where you're trying to write something really juicy to
Yeah,
where when they read it, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, this is good."
yeah,
And it's like I wrote something the other day and he read through it and he loved it. And he goes,
mm,
"Gotta change the first line to this." And he goes, "This part at the end, take it right out." He goes, "It makes no sense." And I'm like, "I thought you loved it." And he's like, "No, I," he's like, "I do love it, but you gotta take this out and you gotta take this out."
yeah. Because are you guys working to a outline,
Uh,
or
we're
are you working with a rough premise, and that's it?
so we at first started working with it was we were trying to I told him I wanted to write the first scene and I had an idea for it, and then he said, "Okay, I'll write the second scene." And I told him what my idea, because the story was originally just my idea, and I told him
Yeah,
what I wanted to do with it, and then he said he had some ideas, and we would go chapter to chapter, and switch off. We write every other chapter, and then it just started
yeah,
being. He'd tell me, "Hey, I've got a really good idea for the this scene." I'm gonna write it. And I'm like, but that
mm,
scene's not till later in the book. And he's like,
yeah,
yeah, but I'm gonna write it because it's fresh in my head. So he would do
mm,
that. Then I'd write a scene that was way further in the book around the ending that I knew was gonna happen. And then we'd put that and we'd mix them up and then we'd put them together. And it's like I'd say the middle of the book isn't fully written yet, where it's like the beginning up to the middle is written, but then the ending is written, but we still got to get this
yeah,
other piece in this other little chunk, and then we got to get
yeah,
these little things here that we got to add. But
yeah,
it's going good. I don't want to give a release date yet. I think
yeah.
he'd be like, what the hell?
Hey, hey, I gave a release date for this, the print version of this,
Yeah.
that is now 2 months overdue.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's my, but I
I've been
just,
there.
yeah. And I've got plenty of projects where I've got the start done. I've
Yeah.
got the ending written. It's, it happens to everyone. The middle just need to get, it's a matter of working your way through it, just slugging through it. You know what the story is. And actually, because I use, I think it's a unique way. So because I think I've said before, I'm not a plotter, I'm not a pantser, and I don't like those terms anyway. I call myself a gardening architect. So I outline to a certain extent. So if I've got an idea, let it ruminate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Then when I sit down and do the outline, I'll start with, okay, well, I use can't remember what the name of the story structure is. I think it might be um, that cat thing, the cat outline. So the hook, the inciting incident, in the first 5% of the book, all that kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I go with that as a framework. I start with, okay, what's the inciting incident? So I write a sentence. What's the next point in that sequence? And then I go back. So between that first point and the second point, what has to happen to get from there to there? So I just write sentences,
Hmm.
which then become the starts of chapters. And then I just drill down more. So each one then becomes, okay, to get from that sentence to that sentence, what has to happen? And I just do
Yeah.
like bullet points, and they become the scenes in that chapter. And once I get to the scene level of description, that's when I stop plot outlining. I just start writing because I've got the structure to the point, like a lattice work.
We're kind of what we kind of like wrote a good portion of the rough draft of Sisters, and then now we're doing the outline. We're writing it on a we're writing on a different paper. Well, not on paper. We're writing on a different document
Different document, yeah.
because
You're
we're
doing what I,
like
yeah,
because we're like we love the rough draft, and we've both read through the whole thing, and we're like it makes sense, but we know what needs to
Hmm.
be fixed. And now we're
Yeah.
going through because we just want to cover all the details, make sure everything adds up.
Hmm. So you're doing a reverse outline to make sure you've got everything covered now. Yeah.
Yeah, we him and I both we're those people. I mean, I've always been this way. I don't know if he did this just for this project or if he's always been this way, but um yeah, we were like we just want to write the story and then we want to go through and decide, what needs to be what.
You'll have to get him back on and ask him.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be fun. It's
Actually, that's something you could probably do in the once you've got the book finished. And I know it sounds like I'm preaching, but probably a nice marketing idea would be doing a video with the two of yous
yeah.
discussing the writing of the book in the lead up to the release. There you go.
Yeah, I should do that. Definitely. Him and I are going to be going on hopefully a book tour to a few book cons towards Ohio. We're gonna meet up halfway and go together as like collab authors for
For
this book.
sisters,
Huh? Yeah.
for sisters. Oh wow,
Yeah, we're doing that in 2027. We're gonna be doing that next year.
next year.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. But yeah, it's so much fun.
Good.
But I'm telling you, you've got so many books. I don't know how you find the time.
Well, I've got like I've got no job at the moment, so I'm besides the 4 or 5 hours a day I do looking for work, which is something you got to do over here. There are days where I don't sleep, or I'll sleep an hour or two here or there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that kind of helps. I've now put everything on the computer and it's organized so I can, if I'm, and I try to focus like I've been trying to focus on getting that done, even though. So I had the idea for the romance novel. I had the idea, knocked out a quick outline over, I think, 3 days, wrote the first chapter and sent out as an idea to get an idea from romance writers. Is it's got potential, came back with some feedback, worked that through, wrote the first act, and then, right, first act's done. I'm not touching it. I'm going to come back to it once I get, that's now my incentive.
Hmm.
I get Childhood Shadows done and release the print version next week. That's my reward. I can go back and look at um, that first act and go through it and see what needs to be done to it. And then I'll do the same thing with Act Two because I'm not a romance writer. That's a long term project. So I'll do Act Two,
Yeah.
and they'll do the same thing. Whatever I'm working on at that point, whether it's book 2 or 3 of Shadows or something else, finishing them, the reward will be to go back and look over Act Two or Act Three or Act Four of the romance novel. Because that's not my forte. So I'm gonna have to call on some of our communal friends on Facebook, the romance writers that we know on there, to get their feedback on it.
You gotta get a hold of Tasia Tim.
Yes, Tasia, yes.
You gotta get a hold
She's
of
already,
her.
her name is at the top of, there are 2 names at the top of my list of romance writers I want to get them to read through this to give me feedback on, and she's one of them. So
Yep, I'm buying her books pretty soon.
actually, I need to get more because so I've read um, Sleepless. I just finished a time travel book by a guy called Scott. Apologize, Scott, if you're watching in the mispronunciation of your last name. Eichinger? Eichinger? I can I think it's Austrian or from that part of the world, the
Oh,
name. Um, and of course Thomas's book.
yeah.
And I've only got a science fiction series by Rachel Sherry and Scott Hatfield's fantasy novel to read. That's all I've got
Oh,
left at the
yeah.
moment. It's the first book up for my March read is Scott's
Oh,
book.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So I need to get some more.
Did you find out about that book from my podcast or just from seeing his page?
I'd seen his page, but the podcast was what tipped me over the edge to buy it.
Yes.
Come on, I'm one of your most
Sure.
avid viewers. I watch every episode.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey,
That's why I do it. People to watch.
what's the phrase we all use? Support each other, supports us all.
Yep.
Or I can never remember the phrase properly anyway.
I've got I've got you. I've got Celeste Ross. I've got Tasia Tim and a few other ones that I having a hard time remembering their names that I've got, but they're all on a list of people that I'm buying their books soon.
Oh, I read Reader's book, The Path to Freedom.
Path to Freedom. Okay.
Remember R. Breeder?
Yeah.
I think she was your first interview.
The
I got that
second,
book
yeah.
and read it. Second, yeah. I got her book and read it. It's not bad.
I have to get into that.
Mm.
I feel bad I still haven't.
It, it's more YA than anything, but it's a damn fine book.
Okay. I'll definitely
But
have to get into that then.
yeah, but I do have to say you are an inspiration because you do video, right?
Yeah.
And we're all writers. And I have a tendency to say I'm a writer. And this is why I never had a problem with the fact that we had issues with video the last time round.
Yeah.
I'm not a visual person in that way. I'm more of a let's write it down kind of thing.
Hmm.
So I actually took your original concept and did it like it was a magazine article. You know how
Yeah.
they used to do back in the day? They'd
Yeah,
send
you're
a
the
famous
blog.
person, do the famous person with the questions, and they'd just answer them. So I've started doing that. So
Nice.
yeah. I've got
Oh,
another one.
that's right. You did that with High School Hell. Thank you, by the way. Oh, we're on that less than a minute thing. I'm gonna send you another link.
No worries. Uh,
Absolutely. I'll see you in a minute.
Not a problem. All right, I'll talk to you then.
All right.
Ah,
There we go. Welcome back.
welcome back. Welcome. That
We,
every time someone says that, I
we
just
never
think welcome
left,
back,
but
Cotter.
welcome back.
Yeah, I just think welcome back, Cotter.
I
Another
oh
show
so
before your time.
so back to you. No, I know welcome back, Carter. Cotter. I so back to you were saying I feel terrible for saying it like this because I sound like a narcissist. So back to I am an inspiration.
Yes, you are a narcissist. We all are. But yes, because like I said, I'm a writer, not a when it comes to doing this type of thing, a visual person. So I
Yeah,
actually sat down and did some research on those types of magazine interviews that you used to see all the time,
yeah,
um, and came up with a whole list of questions, and of course, to show what it would look like, I did it myself.
yeah,
So it was myself interviewing myself, um, and then just put the call out on all the groups that were in for authors who'd be interested in doing it, and they just fill it out. And I've got the first one that's not mine. It's going to come out next week, I think. So yeah, just more in, like I like the way you said I think it was the last one you did. You said, I can't remember who it was with now.
The
Um,
last one was with
the,
Royal Pop.
yes, with Royal. I think it was with Royal was where you were talking about how you've stepped away from doing the questions and just having a chat now, just
That
having a
was
conversation.
either Basu Tedessa or Royal Pop. But I know
It was one of the two. Yeah,
With
yeah,
Basu was the first one I stopped doing the questions.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about the questions, but I feel like they could
Well, put it this way, I didn't mind them the first time round, but looking at the videos as they've gone on,
yeah.
they're for video, it doesn't really. I don't think it suits.
Yeah.
Like just having the chat, you get to know the the author a lot better. You just having a chat with them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you're using those questions. You're still using those questions as prompts to, if there's a lull in the conversation, to direct it
Hmm.
somewhere. You're not actually just straight out going, "What did it," and having the author answer like we are now. We're
Yeah.
just having a chat about it. But I think that in a written form, that works well.
Yeah.
So I developed the idea of, part of my blog is inside the writer's head. So there's like 70 questions,
Is it 70?
70
Oh,
to go
wow.
in depth into the writer, basically kind of like yours, how they started, um, inspiration and how they generate ideas, um, challenges, blocks and resilience, themes, messages, philosophy, deep dive, which are the optional questions, and then also perspective on other indie authors, because
Yeah.
we lift each other up. So
Oh, yeah.
that was the fun part, was doing the perspective on other indie authors, because then I could. It's not just an interview with another author. It's also gives them an opportunity to point out another indie author that they've come across that they've enjoyed the writing of, or their take on something. You know,
You know
like I think I
what's
had, yeah.
what's crazy is, and I'm happy that you I don't know, I'm kind of relieved to hear that you've seen every episode because there was, I'd say, about 3 or 4 episodes ago
Mm,
where I told somebody who really likes my books and has been like following me since I started posting.
mm.
I told him, I said, I'm thinking about, stopping doing the podcast. I don't think anybody watches it. And he said to me, he goes, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Don't stop doing it. He's like, you're helping people out." He's like, "Your podcast might not be big, but he said people still watch it."
Yes.
And I
Like,
was like, "Oh, I didn't know
and
that."
like you had a few things on there prior to doing For the Love of Writing, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think they were worth watching.
I haven't looked at them yet, so I don't know whether they were writing orientated or not. But
They were
just
not
take,
talking about writing.
okay, so if you just take From the Love of Writing, the first one,
Yeah.
on, and this is where research is needed. And I've done the research because I thought about doing YouTube at one point. I just don't have the face for. I got the face for radio. I got the voice for it too, apparently. Um, it can take up to a year to 18 months to see any, like you'll have your early adopters like myself and all the other authors that have come on board with you and done the interviews and the chats and that,
Yeah.
before it gets wider.
Yep.
A year to 18 months, they reckon, is a minimum. And
Yeah.
that's the hard slog. So remember what it was like when you published your first ever book, that hard
Oh,
slog that I'm going through at the moment, that hard slog of, why is it taking so long to get from this point to this point? Why is it
yep.
taking so long to get from here to the finished book? That is the period you're in now for YouTube.
Yeah. Something that I've always wanted to say on Facebook that I'm gonna say here just because it's time to say it.
Yeah.
Um, the advice I always give people who want the truth from me about writing is, I say, if you're one of those there's two types of writers. the ones that want to write and ones that want to be called writers. The ones that want to be called writers are the ones who they put a book out, they think it's a lot of work, it's really hard, and then they don't sell, more than two copies. And then they get really upset about it. A year goes by, they don't sell any, they don't know how to market, and they, give up and they stop doing it. And to me, that's not a writer. That's somebody that wants to be called a writer,
Hmm.
which I get it. I get why somebody
Yeah.
want to be called a writer. A true writer, though,
Yeah.
is somebody who does not have to be forced to sit down and write. It's somebody who, yeah, some days you don't want to do it, you're too tired,
Yeah.
but a true writer is somebody who they work on a book, they work like crazy on a book, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and they put it out, and maybe it sells one or two copies in the first year,
Yeah.
and if they're lucky, and they keep going, and they advertise the best that they know how to.
Mhm.
And the days that they do write, they feel good, but like they wish they got more writing done that day. Even if they got a
Yeah.
lot done, it's not
Yeah.
enough. And on
Yeah.
the days that you don't write, you torture yourself thinking about how you didn't write that day.
Yep.
That to me is a writer. No matter
Yep.
how little you sell, you can't help but sit in front of the, that desk or wherever you are and write. You need to do
Yep.
it. This is something about it.
Mm.
And the
And
I've had a few people say to me, "Oh, I try to force myself to write." They say, I don't like writing. I like saying that I wrote something, but I don't actually like the writing process. And I'm like, You might not be,
not be a writer.
might not be for you. I'm like, if you can't sit in front of a
Yeah.
laptop for a couple hours at least, I'm
Or
like,
it doesn't.
yeah, or a whole day. I've done that before. That was fun. What's
Exhausting but fun.
what's crazy is I spent 12 hours in front of a laptop once, and I got like 10, I think 10,000 words down.
Mm.
And I told my wife once I was done, I said I just wrote 10,000 words. She goes, "Good job." And I said, "I'm slacking." And I said
That's a short story.
it's the most I've ever written in one sitting, in a whole
Yeah.
day even. But it feels like I need to write more. And that's what I love about it.
Mm.
It's never enough. You could sit down and one day write a whole novel and feel like it's good, but I didn't do the second draft yet. But it's that
It's
feeling
the
like,
process. It's the process.
yeah, it's you feel like there's always more to write, so it feels like, oh, nothing's enough. I could do 2,000 words a day, and I am proud of
Yep.
myself for doing that, but
Mm.
I wish I would have got 3,000. It's that
Yeah.
feeling of always wanting to build more to the story, and when I hear some people or see some people put up posts on Facebook, saying it's, oh, I can't stand, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna give it one more year and then I'm gonna quit. I'm like, if you feel that way, I would just give up, to be honest. Don't want to shit on your dream, but
I had that thinking for 30 odd years.
oh wow.
That's why it took me until my 50s to actually pull my finger out of my backside and go, right. But I've always had, and I think I said this in our first interview, was to paraphrase a line out of, if I remember rightly, it's Sister Act 2. If the first thing you want to do when you wake up of a morning is right, the last thing you do before you go to bed at night is right, then by goddamn, you're a goddamn writer.
Now hold on a minute though. What about the people that have to work early in the morning?
It's a metaphor, Rob.
No, I know.
It's And I've adapted it so it's not just writing. Like there are days when it's there are days when the first thing I do is not come to the laptop.
No,
I
I
go for a
know.
bike
I
ride,
was I
but
was
my
jo-
brain's always working.
I was joking with you.
Yeah, I know you were. I know
I
you were. I was ignoring it and just taking it like I was the straight man in the act then.
I it's crazy. I went to this book convention in February,
Yes, I remember.
my first one, and then one of the authors from that book convention asked me if I wanted to do a final girl essay.
What?
It's called a final girl essay. It's like a final girl from a horror movie. Like trying to think like Halloween. What the hell is her name
Oh
from
yeah, yeah, okay. So you
Laurie
as
from Halloween.
so write an essay
Wait, is it Laurie?
in as if it's written by the final survivor in a horror movie,
Yes.
telling what their experience of the horror movie, like tell it from their point of view.
Yeah. Um like and why they're the best final girl. Like what the hell?
Oh wow.
I'm trying to think. I can't believe I don't know her freaking Laurie Strode. Wow, I had to look that up, and I consider myself a horror fanatic. But yeah, I'm picking Aaron Harson from You're Next. It's like a slasher horror film, and oh, I love it. She's this badass survivalist. From the moment these bad guys come in the house, she's just killing people. It was good. You there?
Ah, if I ever do horror, I
There we
know
go.
which one I do. There's an old movie from when I was a kid called Bloodbath in the House of Death. It is a
Bloodbath?
B grade horror movie that does in the House of Death. It's Cabin in the Woods style before it was a style.
Bloodbath in the House of Death. 1984. Okay.
Yeah, it
Oh, there's a
is.
horror comedy.
Yeah, yeah. It's a genre that's not really seen these days. It's horror comedy. To the There is horror comedy in the way of it is comedic horror, like Shaun of the Dead
Yep.
is I would call comedic horror,
Oh,
but
Vincent
that's
Price is
putting
in
the
it.
comedy before the horror. Yes,
Vincent Price is in it. Nice.
and it is absolutely incredible movie.
I'll have to see that.
Mm. Just watch out for the birthmark. You'll know when you watch it.
Okay. Now I gotta watch it. Watch out for the birthmark. I will keep that penciled in my head. I
I have not been able to find that movie since. I watched it once on VHS.
I'll find it. I'm good at finding B movies that are horror. Really good at it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Mm. Mm. Oh, it's been a long day.
Ah, right. It's a trope. Okay. The final girl is a horror. It's a trope, a horror
Yeah,
trope.
I am
Right.
doing the I it's a 1 to 3,000 word at you there?
Yeah.
There we go. It's a 1 to 3,000 word essay about the final girl from whatever
Wow.
your favorite movie is, and
Uh,
I was asked if I wanted to get involved with it, so that's gonna be an anthology essay kind of thing that
yeah.
I'm gonna be part of. And then I've got this after I finish that. I've got this I've got Sisters coming out in the
Mm.
summer. And then I've got a collection of short stories coming out the beginning of next year. And then I've got book two of Sleepless coming out at the end of next year.
You mean I've got to wait a full 18, 19, 20, 21 months before I can read the sequel?
Yeah. But you have Sisters to read. And you're gonna have a collection of short stories to read.
Yeah, but I don't just read your stuff.
No, I know.
What about Scott's stuff and Thomas's stuff? I've got to read their
See,
stuff too.
you got a whole bunch of stuff to read. You're good. I
Yeah, but the
gotta
problem,
I gotta read your stuff. Uh I gotta read Zoe Wheeler, aka Celeste Ross, her stuff. I
yeah,
gotta read Tasia's stuff. I gotta read Scott's stuff. Now R. Breda's stuff. I gotta just everybody's stuff I gotta read. Oh, I gotta start reading faster.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
I
and
actually,
Madison Doyle, Someplace Between Heaven and Hell. I've got to read that.
yes.
It's somewhere or someplace, one of the two. And then I've got to read
I got to
C
go back through the interviews and see which authors I haven't got books for yet.
and C.E. Arnold. I got to read his stuff. Oh man. There's other writers. There's one called Don't Talk to Strangers.
The book
Um,
or the author?
Shaolin Rhea.
Ah,
She wrote Don't Talk to Strangers. I've got to read that. She made the cover by she took the picture of the cover and the cover is amazing.
oh, I think I'm pretty sure it's another Australian author did the same thing. They, I think it was at the end of last year, they were just re-releasing their first ever book with more professional versions. The first version, the first edition, they did the same thing. They just took a photo
Yeah.
and used that as the cover with a little bit of pizzazz to it.
So
Uh,
Shaolin Rhea took she took a picture of a playground right before it was like pitch black out. And
oh,
and and it says don't talk to strangers on the cover. It
yeah,
looks so haunting.
it would.
Oh, that
Yeah,
looks so haunting. I saw
yeah,
the
with just
cover
that
and went,
last, yeah, with just that last glint of sunlight off the metal parts. Yeah,
yep.
it would. Yeah, I'll have to look
She
that one up.
her story was that she went to the playground right before people had left it, and
Yeah.
she was like, "I how do I tell these people to get their kids off the playground?" 'Cause she's like, "I gotta get a picture," and she's like, "People don't want you taking pictures of the
Yeah.
playground when their kids are on it."
Whereas, like, I don't know how old she is, but like when I was a kid,
Yeah,
that wouldn't have been a problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, times were different.
exactly. I was actually talking to someone the other day about that. Uh, but yeah, and the other thing I'm doing at the moment is I have finally bitten the bullet, like you were saying with about writers versus wannabe writers. You know, they're not out marketing the book and that. So I'm starting a newsletter next month.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Nice.
I kind of found it hard. I've tried a test one this month with just myself as a receiver, and I found it easier to do that than the monthly blog update. So I just found it easier to do the newsletter with links to this, like links
Yeah.
to all the book reviews I did, and yeah, hey, I was on Rob's interview this month. You know, I can put a link to the
Oh, yeah.
video when it comes out. You know, that kind of. It's just another form of marketing, really.
It's like your own version of Facebook. I love it.
Mm, but you control it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to do that.
You thought writing. collaborate. Writing was a mind fuck. That's a mind fuck. Trying to organize and
I could
design
imagine.
and put together all the background stuff. Because I got the website up and going, I think at the end of January, and that's because they now do email in the website. So rather than have a third party email
Oh yeah.
provider, they've brought that in. So that's good. But yeah, I haven't done much marketing. Like was the ebook version of both books have been out the last 3 months. Not a single sale. I'm not worried.
That happens.
Doesn't bother. It happens. It's my first books. Um, I'm happy. I'm proud of them because they're stories that I felt needed to be written.
Hmm.
They tell a story that needed to be told in a way that. So I actually was thinking about this the other day. Parables tell a story or a message, and it's very vague in the way it's done. Or remember Aesop's fables? They use animals rather than humans.
Yeah.
I don't relate to that. I get the message. I can understand the moral of the story, but I just could never relate to it. Like reading back the proof copy of the book, because I hadn't read it for like a month and a half. And going back, I could relate. Like I knew I'd written it, but I could relate to the story a lot better because it was humans in human situations dealing with a human problem.
I I haven't actually, I don't know why, but that just made me think of a book that I've been, well, not a book, a story that I haven't written yet, that I've been thinking about since I was a kid. The human thing you were just talking about. I don't know why,
Mm,
but it just made me think of a story I have called Zoo. Not the zoo, just Zoo.
mm.
And it's about um when animals in the zoo finally get it in their heads that if they really want to, they can break out of the zoo and kill all the humans.
You mean like an animal uprising?
Yeah, like if an ape really wants to get out bad enough, there's nothing really stopping him. And
No, just
if an elephant really wants to leave bad enough, he can
yeah,
destroy his enclosure and get the hell out of there.
yeah. Well,
I,
I don't know
I
about over there. I don't know about over there, but over here we actually have zoos that are open plain zoos.
we do have those, not near where I live.
Yeah, probably more southeast, more in the Midwest area,
Yeah,
the open in the plains area. Yeah,
the ones near me, they're all caged in, and
yeah.
it's you can just tell the animals are unhappy. But
Mm.
yeah, it's I've had that idea for a long time, like an animal uprising.
That sounds
I
like an
want I
extreme
want the
story.
animals to be able to talk, but I don't know how to go about that.
Would okay, so are they going to be able to communicate with the humans in the story?
Hmm.
Because you've got two avenues there. You could either go um,
They learn the
planet.
English language.
You could either go Planet of the Apes,
Yeah.
where they do learn first start off as sign language and then learn to actually communicate. They evolve to communicate.
Mm.
Or you could go Animal Farm, where there is no direct interaction
Oh
between the
yeah.
animals and the humans. The
Yep.
humans are there, and any of the scenes that have the animals and the humans in it are two distinct scenes inside one scene.
I like that.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
that's the best example of your two avenues you've got to choose from there. Animal Farm, which is a classic, and everyone should read it,
Yeah.
especially if they're going to humanize animals as characters. It is the best version I've ever seen done of it is having animals that can talk and act like humans and make it semi-believable. Um,
I gotta write this story now.
yes. That's your job for 2029?
2031.
2031 then. Okay.
Already got everything else set up. I'm serious. Oh, sorry I've been
uh,
yawning so much.
you're right. It's what, 12 o'clock over there? Midnight?
12:10.
Mm.
Been a long, long day out. I worked 12 hours today.
Yeah, but you got 2 days off, so.
Yeah, I'll take it happily.
But
Anyways,
yes, yes.
I have very much enjoyed talking to you. This was
Mm.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also happy that you showed up on it.
Finally. I
Oh,
actually there's an author Facebook group um that I don't know if you're on there, but I'm on there, and they do a book club each month where they choose a book and you then meet up and we
what's
talk
it
about the
called?
book. Uh oh my God, Adam's going to kill me if I can't remember. It's our author something sanctuary, and
Author.
because I can't have Facebook up while I've got this on for some reason it won't work. Um, let's try. Oh, what am I doing? I've got a tablet.
The Writer Sanctuary?
Um, eh, yes, that's it. And and for the last couple of weeks, they've been doing little weekly pop up meetings where we just talk about a topic, and I have enjoyed them. The first time I did it, I forgot about the time delay between here and America,
Yeah.
so I went
There we
off
go.
the American time, and worked out. Oh shit! So I got the last 15 minutes of it with no camera again.
Damn.
But yeah, but that's good. It's actually forced me to read a book. So the one I just put the review up for yesterday, 5 Seconds Too Late by Scott
Oh,
Eichinger. Yeah, that's the book for this month, and oh, it is the best
I was checking
time
out.
travel book
Yeah.
since H.G. Wells.
Oh, okay. I was looking up the Writer Sanctuary. I joined it, so hopefully I can start getting stuff about it. And I love it. So get
Yeah,
this,
because
right?
they do. Yeah,
So Thomas
yeah,
Hunt, Thomas Hunt just bought
yeah.
Tasia Tim's Flesh and Flame book. He just posted about it. And I
Oh
love it
wow!
because he found out about her from my podcast.
Through the interviews, yes.
Yup. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love
See that? See,
authors finding
so
each other's books. It's great.
exactly. That's the whole point, and that's something I've got to start doing a lot more of. You see, I'm pretty sure it's Stephanie Shady. I
Yeah,
hope
I
I'm
gotta
saying the
bring
last
her
name
on
right.
here. I keep trying to get her on.
Yes, she is.
Oh, hold on, you cut out. Can you hear me?
How's that?
There we go.
Yeah.
Now I can hear.
Um, yeah, the headphones died. I
It
forgot to
happens.
charge them.
It happens.
And but yeah, she is an inspiration because she's always posting either picture prompts or uh a free write. I think it's Free Write Tuesday. Can't remember, but she's always doing that to pump up the rest of the community and
Stephanie
give
Shady?
us, huh?
Stephanie
Yeah,
Shady?
Stephanie. Yeah, it's Stephanie. Yeah,
Okay, I will definitely have to bring her on
yeah.
here.
And I like I use it all the time. For a while there, I was doing the picture prompts, but if I'm got a bit of time or I'm getting a bit, right, this edit's starting to get to me a bit, I'll
Yeah.
jump on. I'll find one of those and I'll write. She'll have a prompt or something. I'll just use that as a writing block
Oh, nice.
antidote, But yeah, the honestly the best thing I've had. Okay, so the best takeaway from the last been nearly just over 6 months now since I took the plunge and right, I'm gonna write is the community because I live on my own
Yeah.
and I have got a writers group and I only meet once every fortnight. So I was finding in because I started that in June, I think last year. About halfway through that 2 week period, I was feeling the slump. I wasn't getting that excitement to continue writing.
Yeah.
So I got on to Facebook. It's like I've got all these other people that are in the same boat, or they've got jobs, or they've got families they've got to juggle with their writing. And they've just been supporting each other, and it's just built from there.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Oh, I love it.
Now I've got earmuff hair. Ear,
Oh, it happens. It happens. That's why I wear a hat all day.
that's what causes baldness.
Oh, I know. I know. That'll happen to me eventually. Um, anyways, though, I'm probably gonna get going. Oh, it's been a long
Yeah,
day
you
for
need some
me.
sleep.
Oh, definitely. But your books are on Amazon, right?
The both are on Amazon. Shadows is on KU for another 2 months, I think.
Okay.
The print book will hopefully be out next week, and there'll be an announcement on Facebook and everything for that. But a series of minor accommodations, which is the absurdist one, is only available as an ebook, so it's on Kindle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Amazon. Yeah.
Well, Neviena Dells, aka Matt, it was great having you on again. This time on we got you on video. I love it.
I'm surprised
Um,
neither of our screens cracked.
huh?
I'm surprised neither of our screens
Oh,
cracked.
don't jinx it. But
It's
yeah.
been great talking to you again anyway, Rob.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for coming on, and I can't wait to have you on again, okay?
This time, leave it a bit longer and let some of the others have a chance. With me, you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, you're good. I
I know
enjoyed
it's called
talking to you.
self-deprecating humor, Rob.
Oh, I'm American.
Actually, is it called self-deprecating humor if you acknowledge that it's self-deprecating humor?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
I think there's a
I
story in
like
that.
that. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
Definitely. It was good
Uh,
talking to you, Matt.
no worries. You have a good time.
Oh, you as well. Thank
Uh,
you.
no worries.
Bye.
See you, Rob.
See ya.